Welcome to Concepts IAS Study Circle. Please let me call you as or address you as aspirants and not as students. So dear aspirants, today we will see types of majorities mentioned in the Constitution and amendment procedure. So today's topic is types of majority mentioned in the Constitution and the amendment procedure. Amendment procedure. See, because these topics are often misunderstood by the aspirants. So I want to explain these two topics so that you can have a conceptual clarity on these two topics. Now, before we talk about the types of majorities mentioned in the Constitution, you must know the strength of the Parliament. Article 80 talks about the strength of members in the Rajya Sabha or in the Council of States, wherein it is stated that up to 238 members can be represented from the states and union territories. So 238 can come from states and UTs, which means here the logic is wherever in whichever union territories there are legislative assemblies, only those union territories can get representation in the Council of States. And states, as they have legislative assemblies, they can by their legislative assemblies get represented in the Rajya Sabha. So 238 can come from, which means they can be indirectly elected, and they can come from the states and union territories. So 238, along with that 12 members to be nominated by the President. In areas where those people excel, and the right phrase that has been used in the Constitution is whoever has special knowledge or practical experience in literature, art, science, social service, and these days sports are also included. So whoever excels in these areas like literature, art, science, social science and sports, those people who have special knowledge or practical experience can be nominated by the President for their expertise, domain expertise. So in all, the total strength of the Rajya Sabha is 250, and we call this 250 as sanctioned strength, because this is the maximum number of MPs that the Rajya Sabha can accommodate as per the Constitution. So the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha could be 250, 238 to 12 nominated MPs. But the actual strength is, so against the sanctioned strength, the actual strength is 12 members nominated, but it is not 238, because 229 come from states and 4 from 2 union territories that have legislative assemblies, which means Puducherry and New Delhi, or the right to be politically correct, the constitutional term is National Capital Territory of Delhi, NCTD. So 1 from Puducherry, and 3 from NCTD, National Capital Territory of Delhi. So now the actual strength therefore is 233 plus 12, which works out to 245. Therefore, in the Rajya Sabha, against the sanction strength of 250, the actual strength is 245. Article 81 talks about the sanction strength of the Lok Sabha, where it has been stated that say 530 constituencies are allotted to the states. So therefore 530 members can come from the states, 20 can come from the union territories. 20 constituencies are allotted to union territories. In addition to 550, under Article 331 of the Constitution of India Act, if the President is of the opinion that Anglo-Indian community is inadequately represented in the Lok Sabha, then he can nominate not more than 2 members from that community to the Lok Sabha. Therefore, assuming that he nominates 2 members from the Anglo-Indian community, the sanction strength works out to 552. 530 from the states, 20 from the union territories, and 2 members belonging to Anglo-Indian community. So this is the sanction strength. So while you want to know the sanction strength, you need to touch upon 2 articles, Article 81 and Article 331. With regard to the Rajya Sabha, it is just Article 80. So now we will work out the actual strength of the Lok Sabha. Actual strength is 530 for the states, but for the union territories it is just only 17, which means it's just 13. It's just 13 because in the Article 81, though 20 constituencies are allotted to union territories, only 13 constituency areas have attained the status of constituency, because to be designated an area as a constituency, there must be a prescribed population size. So the prescribed population size has not reached to the extent of 20 in the union territories. We have only 13 constituencies for the union territories. So 7 more are there to be filled up, right? So therefore the total number for states and union territories is 543. Along with 2 nominated members of the Anglo-Indian community, it works out to 545. So against the sanction strength of 552, 545 members actually represent the Lok Sabha. So with this calculation, now we will work out the majority.